that was a lot of updates I gave this morning. Just a lot of like little musings on the way in. Atypical, but whatever. A more traditional one. We just got back on shore from our time in Sydney. There is a sign back there somewhere. There it is. Yeah, so we went ashore and kind of, well, first thing we did, we sat in the terminal for an hour and watched Ahsoka, because the new episode came out last night, and I've still been able to get notifications and stuff on my phone, even though I can't reply to them, and the last thing I wanted was to somehow get a spoiler, even if it was like on the way back home once we're back in New York, me just tootling around on Facebook and getting a major spoiler, because the first half of the season, people online were really good about it, but last week's episode, oh, the spoilers came hard and heavy real fast. Anyway, so we sat and watched Ahsoka for 50 minutes. Then we wandered. Let's see, I think I mentioned that we got poutine yesterday in Halifax. And beaver tails were also something else that was like, you should get this. And I think I've had a beaver tail like once. I was like, yeah, that'd be fun. No place in Sydney to do so. There's like one franchise on Cape Breton, and it's like a food truck. So we followed the Google Maps directions, and it led to like a house, like half a click that way. Oops. We realized that, turnaround, came back. Browsed through some of the shops, and then our excursion for the day was Spirit of the Fiddle. That is a 60-foot tall steel fiddle behind me there. Cape Breton is well known for its fiddle in particular, but its Gaelic music heritage in general. And there were 3 wonderful entertainers. Like, getting there was weird. There was just one person, all right, you here for this? All right, let's walk. And the whole group walked and was like, I hope everyone's here. Into like a weird little side room. But like, it was kind of off-putting at first, but the 3 musicians were such wonderful entertainers. And I say that both as like being entertaining as their music and such, but also of entertaining people, of being chatty and so forth, and talking and informative. They were, Mac was playing keyboard, Aaron on guitar, and then Rachel was leading with fiddle. Rachel Davis, off the top of my head, I believe. The others, I don't remember, but they at one point gave each other's, CVs, their resumes, all very impressive. So names are right here. I do encourage checking them out. I got the impression that they really don't play together too much, but one of the things they mentioned was how like the fiddle player is the lead, and they will play whatever, and then the keyboard or piano player would follow as the main accompaniment, and then guitar would be after that. They mentioned, Rachel at one point mentioned how Cape Breton being a lot more isolated after Scottish immigrants came over, that the tradition is a lot more pure perhaps than other fiddling traditions. Even in Scotland itself, how they might have been influenced by what we now think of as classical music and so forth. And I'm like, yeah, but dude's on like a Roland keyboard. Like, what's up with that? At the end of the next set, of a few tunes, 5 or 6 minutes, he's then like, yeah, so some of you might have heard that traditional thing and then thought, how does the electric piano fit into this? And I'm like, okay, yes, please tell me. I mentioned how, when Railroad came through and then like piano kind of came in somewhat late to the game, 19th century, late to the game. And it's kind of been a standard accompaniment for like 100 years, I guess. So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Some tunes I recognized and some I didn't, and that's fine. Like, it was all a jam. It was a really great time. And I got another couple of photos and came back in. Even as compared to like St. John and Halifax, Sydney is not really set up for like bring a cruise ship here and a whole bunch of tourism. The terminal behind me and the fiddle shop. I forget the exact name of it. And I see from here Jonah Harris Cruise Pavilion, who apparently was instrumental in bringing cruise ships here in general. But yeah, like a nice kind of marketplace down there. But aside from that, it's not really, yeah, you know, even by the standards of, you know, you go to the Caribbean and it's like very touristy. But even like by the standards of like St. John and Halifax, it's very just like, all right, cool. It's here's a spot where the boats come in and we got stuff set up there. The market is inside. The market was actually, I don't think I took a picture. One part inside the market just basically felt like artist alley at a convention, but it was all local craftspeople and authors and such like that. So that was really cool. You know, I saw a sign saying it's open every cruise day. So whenever there's going to be a ship coming into the pier right here. So anyway, yeah, it's different. That's the thing. Like, this entire cruise has been different in so many respects. You know, we've been in a hoodie basically every time that we're out on deck. And it's been really nice. You know, we didn't end up having any weather effects from Hurricane Lee. Nothing that was like major anyway. And it's been a really good time. After tonight, we've got 2 full days at sea, and then we're back. So we've got plenty planned ahead. Another concert show tomorrow night, and just a bunch of other things. So looking forward to it. This has been running long, so I'm going to say farewell for now. Enjoy the fiddle, whether it be in actual music or just the 60-foot fiddle that is, man, perspective is really something. I'm getting pictures looking down at this thing, and then here's an actual picture from ground level. Anyway, it's weird seeing the smokestack of the Venezia as we were like coming back from our walk and just seeing it peering between buildings. Man, alright, whatever, bye.
Will we go, lassie?